Okay, Chef and I are back at Carver's Gap, and we're doing our first overnight together and our first not carrying our packs. Sleepover, slumber party. So here we go. We're gonna have some beautiful hiking over the next 14.8 miles. No pajamas. All right, let me turn you around so you can see where we're at. There you go, Carver's Gap again, 5512. We are...
They're carrying a damn cannon pot.
Oh my God.
They're canning damn produce.
Rowan Mountain. Here we go. So, some of the most beautiful views we've seen. We're about to do it. 2 days ago, we summited that, went up and over that. Now we're going in the other direction. And this is Round Bald. I don't even know if y'all can, there's the white blaze on the rock. So we know we're going in the right direction. But I don't even know if y'all can really see the magnitude of this or not on film. I hope you can. It is a Sunday before Memorial Day, so it's busy up here. Alright, so when you get to the top of here, of Round Bald, they have, alright, we're gonna go up there on either side. You can go out here, and it's nice because they have those to walk on if it's really wet and muddy. This gives you the view into Tennessee. I love when they do these. So you can see into Virginia, Tennessee, Rowan Mountain, the town, Mount Rogers, which, yeah, at some point we'll be going over that. Tomorrow we'll be going over Little Hump Mountain, Jane Bald. If you see, that's where we just were a few minutes ago. Just hiked all the way along there, and up a rock pile. Alright, so we just went over Jane Bald. Now we're heading to Grassy Fields or Grassy Bald? I can't keep track of all these balds in my head. We just did Jane. We did Round. Now we did Jane, and now it's Grassy. And then we'll be heading down into camp for today because we're going to set up early because it's supposed to rain later. And yeah, but then tomorrow we will have 2 big climbs in the morning. But ooh, let's go look at this now that we're away from the crowds. Sorry for the wind. But look at that. Still can't believe we went over that big one in the back. There you go. Jane Bald. Hope y'all can see that. Grassy Ridge Bald. So let's talk about what happened today. So, next time out, took over a route today landed on my right knee, and it really screwed it up pretty bad. We were a mile past this shelter and a mile from where we were going to camp, and it was downhill, and every time I put weight on it downhill, it was just, I was in excruciating pain. So I said to Chef, I was like, I think we need to turn around and go back to the shelter. Plus, that would put us 3.5 miles back to Carver's Gap if I am not able to hike on it tomorrow. If we would have kept going forward, then we're not able to hike on it. Now we're farther in. There's no road access. And we would have had like 10 miles to go tomorrow. So we turned around and we came back to the shelter back here at like 2 o'clock. But you know, sometimes when things happen, it really stinks. Hopefully this is just a temporary setback with my knee again. But I just came down on my knee to catch my fall, and I heard it pop. So I'm back here at the shelter, but if you look at the weather, and yes, there was hail earlier. If that hadn't happened, we would be in our tents right now. Yesterday and today are going to be one video. And because I did not get on here and do a whole lot of recording. Where are we at? Stan Murray Shelter? Is that what it's called? Stan Murray Shelter. So yesterday, beautiful day. We get dropped off at Carver's Gap. We get to the shelter. We take a little break. We start to head towards our tent site where it's 2 miles from the shelter to the tent site where Chef and I are going to go. We're 1 mile away. I trip over a root, land on my right knee, and just feel it pop. So then I can't go down. I can't walk down anymore. So it was either turn around. Well, there was really no either because I couldn't walk down, which was a mile down to the gap where we were going to camp, or turn around and come back to the shelter, which was a mile, which was mostly up. Going backwards when you're hiking the AT is a real tough decision to make, but I was like, I couldn't go down. Like, I couldn't put any weight going down on my knee. So we turned around and came back, which was a blessing in disguise because it just opened up last night. Thunder, lightning, it poured like a son of a gun. If we had gone to that gap and been in our tents, it would have been a long night. So here it is, about 9:30 the next day. We're still in the shelter. The other guy that was in here left in the rain. And a couple with their dogs had a long night, I'm sure, in the tent. We're heading down to Carver's Gap. So right now it looks like the rains are done for the day. We're just kind of waiting for the winds to die down a little bit because we're going to go back to Carver's Gap. I'm going to take a day and let this knee rest, and then I'll decide if I need to go get it checked out further. But we just don't want to be going over the 3 balds that we have to go over to get to Carver's Gap until these winds die down just a bit. They're dying down, but it's cold. It's cold up here. It's like winter. So that's where we are right now. Chef's just standing there looking at the beautiful view through our ponchos.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much video we'll have going on today. I'm going to have to take it slow.
Waiting on the trail to dry up.
Yeah, the trail. The trail's like a mud pit. I'll turn the camera around in a minute. And that's what's going to really make it slow going too, is we're going to have a lot of mud, a lot of swamp, and a lot of slippery. In addition to the fact that I'm gimping again, gimping at this point. But we'll get there one step at a time. We're just trying to wait till the winds die down just so we're not getting blown over on the top of those balds. And
she just didn't want to hike to Damascus with me.
Yeah, man. This really is bumming out. I was crying a little bit yesterday, not gonna lie, but just take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and I'll figure it out. Right, so you have like a little river going on that side of the shelter and going over here on this side of the shelter. And it was in front of the shelter, except Chef dug the moats yesterday to make the water go on either side of the shelter because it was just a mud mess. I mean, if you had to get out to go to the bathroom, you'd have been ankle deep in mud. But yeah, this is kind of what we're waiting to just kind of let up a little bit. I looked at the weather and the afternoon looks nice, so it's another one of those trail lessons where if you don't already have patience, you're gonna learn it. Just wait just a little bit and then move on. So Stan Murray, it's a pretty nice shelter. I mean, it's clean, it's easy to get in and out of for us shorties to go to the bathroom. No privy, no bare cables, but I mean, there's good hanging. And there's a handful of decent sites, but if it's gonna be rainy, they're gonna mud out because this whole area yesterday, all the way up the trail that way, all the way down the trail yesterday, this was not mud, it was just water. It was just a creek. Just be forewarned, and there is a picnic table, but it's behind the shelter. Just so you know, it's kind of weird having it back here, but there is one, so you can't sit. So Chef and I are all pretty much packed up and getting ready to head out and back down to Carver's Gap so I can tend to myself. But the wind's died down, it's no longer raining, so we'll just take our time and get back there and then figure out how I'm gonna get this section, because from Carver's Gap down to Station 19E, there's nowhere in between, so that's why we were gonna do it as an overnight, but now that's kind of been intercepted, so we'd have to do this part again to get those next 11 miles done. But we'll see. So, all right, wish us luck, because we are going to go mudsliding today. See this, everybody? This is the trail. You don't even have to get off the trail today to get water after the rains last night. It's right there for you. It rained so much last night, the largest worms on the planet are out. Oh my gosh, I thought it was a stick. Chef noticed it. Yes. Any fishermen on here watching? You catch jaws with that. This is what Chef and I have been walking through pretty much since we left camp. There's no, almost 2 miles. For a while there, we were able to go around it. And then you just have to get in. And just go in. But, yeah. See the pretty, glistening trail this morning? That's right. Pretty when you come out of Carver's Gap. I don't know how good of a shot I got the other day. When you walk up, you just come through this piney forest for not very long until it opens up to the balls. Just amazing. It always is amazing to me how you can walk in the woods and you're walking through something like this, and then in a matter of seconds, it just will open up and you're on a rock bald overlooking mountains for as long as the eye can see. Look how pretty this is. Just, I don't know, what's with the trees and the rock, like the whole shebang. The whole shebang put together, just, I don't know. Sometimes I just see something and I just think it looks pretty. Like, I gotta stop and take a picture.